Hold on.
English.
Oh,
I
no.
thought you were the one that could speak the English here.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Alright, hold on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the DieScum podcast featuring myself, Lazy the Savage, featuring Roda, aka Rowan,
What's up?
and we have FS Madness, aka Adam.
Yo, bitches.
And unfortunately, Slippy Dick is not here, aka Will.
Rest in peace, Slippy Dick.
Rip.
Rest in peace, he'll be back.
May in rest in peace.
R.I.P. boys.
Rip.
All
Rest
right.
in peace.
So what are we talking about, boys?
Well, I thought we'd go off quite tame. Not so tame, probably. Yeah, well, let's start off with some good old drunken stories, like
Right.
from your
Sounds
best
good.
to the worst. Okay, like right. I don't know.
I'd say
who wants to start first.
my worst one was May 18th.
Oh, I
That's
could
all
probably
I can
agree
say.
there too.
May.
Oh.
You go first.
Wait, who's
Right.
going first?
Adam.
I thought you said lazy.
Or lazy. You could go first.
Me? Worst drunken story. Probably new. Oh, no, okay, I got a really good one. So, it starts in the morning. It's my friend's birthday, and he has no idea that me and my friends are going to surprise him at his house. So, we
You
get
see where this is
together.
going already.
we we get together and we start walking from my friend's house to the guy's house whose birthday it is, and we just wait in the back garden. His dad lets us in. He's like doing tennis or something, and then
Wait,
he
what
comes
time of
in.
day was this, by the way? Just wondering.
This was around. It was 7 p.m. coming up to 7 p.m.
Okay.
And then our friend comes in. We say happy birthday. And that's when the party starts. So, where do I begin? We all start drinking. We all start having beers, stuff like that. There was a campfire.
On the bevs.
there was a little campfire. One of my friend, thought it would be a good idea to take his hand and start spanking the fire with his, like, naked hand. So he started
Okay.
playing around. He even took one of the coals out and started chucking it around. I don't know how he didn't burn
Fucking
himself.
hell.
Well, okay.
But
Right.
then later on, this is where everything starts to become a bit shady. Me and one of my friends, we stole a whole vodka bottle and we snuck into like one of the rooms. It was really quiet, and we decided to drink the whole bottle.
Straight.
Pretty much. Yes.
That's disgusting. That makes me want to
I
gag
mean,
my nose.
I once drank a whole bottle of Captain Morgan
Oh my
once.
God,
That was
Jesus
awful.
Christ.
Yeah, I don't recommend drinking anything straight, to be fair. Like, if you want to have a messy night, like, that's the way to go, but
I can't look
no.
at Captain Morgans anymore.
Gold
my
Spice?
God.
No, nothing. I just don't like whiskey in general anymore.
Oh,
Whiskey's quite
The
nice.
smell of it just
I don't
makes
mind
me
it with
sick.
Coke, but I can't shot it at all. That's just grim. Anyway, yeah. So you started drinking a whole bottle of vodka. Bear in mind,
Yeah.
was it like the cheap stuff?
I think, yeah, it was one of those cheap liter bottles.
Ooh.
So it was kind of disgusting, but
Nail polish remover right there.
Yeah.
the next thing I remember is waking up next morning, and I was like in a separate room. I woke up in a separate room. I walked through the door where everyone was sleeping, and everyone just looks at me and goes, "Do you know what you did last night?" And I say, "No, what happened?" "Oh, apparently I kissed 7 guys."
Oh, yo. Fucking hell.
Loving
Which-
life, aren't you?
Which one of them was gay, so we had a full-on make-out session.
Did you say no homo beforehand?
No, I don't
Did you turn him
remember.
on? Please tell me you turned the gay guy on.
Yeah, he was like, the next day, like next couple of days, he was like, did he do that because he liked me, or he do that because
He was
just
trying to pop
purely
into
drunk?
your DMs, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He proper like tasted me like,
Game
Oh.
for pay,
about
brother.
the thing that happened last night, and I was like, what happened last night? So,
Oh,
and then
no.
the worst part is you know the person had the birthday party. I
Mm-hmm.
apparently I tried to kiss his dad,
Alright.
but I got tackled to the ground. And that's the end of my
Did you not
worst
feel it?
drunken
Did you not feel it
story.
in the morning?
Oh.
Wait, what?
Did you not feel that in the morning?
I did. I was like almost
Any
cross-eyed.
bruises?
I think I had like a little cut on my knee, but
A
that's
little cut.
but that's because we were like in the garden and I was like running
Little
around.
boo-boo.
Oh gosh.
I wish I remembered that night, but it's
I
a
don't
bit-
think
it's
you
a bit
want to
blurry.
be
Yeah,
fair.
I think that
Yeah.
wouldn't be a good
I think
night
it's
to
probably the
remember.
best so you don't remember it, especially if you
Yeah.
tried to kiss your best mate's dad. Like that's
And the
probably
gay
one to
guy.
forget. And the gay guy, yes. Oh my gosh, what a
Oh.
savage!
Oh, yeah,
Literally savage.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm Lazy the Savage.
Oh.
That's my
Oh.
worst.
My gosh. Well, I guess I could go on. Well, mine is at the same time, not exactly the same time. Mine happened on my 18th birthday. That's probably like the worst state I've ever been in.
Oh god.
Well, obviously turning 18 in the UK. If you don't know, the legal drinking age is 18. So that's where you gotta just go all in, I guess, at that age. And pretty much, well, it started off quite calm. Well, I thought it started off quite calm. Um, how it started was my parents allowed me to have a small gathering of 10 people. So I was like, yeah, I'll just invite a bunch of like my best mates, good mates, and this,
In
that, and the
quotation
other.
marks, small.
Oh my god.
And yeah, it started off all nice, playing a bunch of card games and stuff. Obviously, I was losing because it was my birthday, so I was always having to do the shots and stuff. But what I didn't realize the whole time, because I was drinking casually, I had cans and stuff, and just like I think it was amaretto or something. I was drinking amaretto and Coke in a glass.
Oh god.
But throughout the whole time, they were just adding more alcohol in my glass without me realizing. So it was like rum,
so it kept on
vodka,
filling up.
everything. It was like a Long Island iced tea. Honestly,
I did that to my mate once.
and I didn't even realize that's a thing. And yeah, it got to a point where, you know, when you're just drunk and you just don't even realize, and you just
Yeah.
start saying yes to everything. Like when your mate comes to you and you're like, yeah, and basically it ended up in saying yes to all these other girls to be coming to basically just come over, and yeah, it was all good. It was all a cushy time. My
Did you
parents
yell with
went in.
anyone?
No, and I'll go on to that. So, my parents were out. They went to the pub whilst
Oh,
I
yeah.
had my mates over because they didn't want to be in my way. I was like, yeah, that's pretty chill. And they said they'll come back around 12-ish. I was like, oh, perfect. Life can't go any worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, got some drinks down me, a lot more than what I actually realised.
God.
And then, yeah, obviously, you know, like, everyone has a different side when they're drunk. Like, you don't even realise, like, the amounts you start swearing when you're drunk, you don't actually
Yeah.
realise. And, like, every other word, I was saying the word fuck or cunt or something like that. And, obviously, I was stood up in the hallway because I was going to get another drink, but I wasn't actually looking in the hallway. And then I just started swearing at my mates, just having the banter. And then all I hear behind me is just a little... I turn around slowly. My mother has stood behind me just in absolute shock. Just like by the fact that... A, my language, because
Yep.
I had no clue. I was just gone. And B, she realised, like, obviously
There
we
was loads
doubled...
of people.
Yeah, we doubled
Yeah.
doubled the amount of people
Yeah.
there.
No.
And, like, throughout the whole time, she was like, okay, it's fine, it's the 18th. I was like, brill. Obviously, I didn't want to keep them around the house too late, because,
Yeah.
You have to keep one, if you know what I mean.
Obviously, we couldn't have people, like, staying over or staying up late, because my parents
Yeah.
had to sleep, my dad's job, and this, that, and the other. My dad's got a quite important job. So, it got to around, like, 12-1-ish, and I was like, yeah, this is brilliant. I was going out to get a drink in the kitchen, and then all of a sudden I felt like needing to gag. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh.
So I quickly ran to the kitchen sink whilst all my mates are watching me and just start barfing into it like projectile.
Oh,
And what made things worse, my mate, for some weird reason, decided to put his bag onto the draining board. And it was like... So basically, the way to imagine it, imagine you were playing CSGO and you do a flick shot.
Yeah.
It was like that, but
Oh
with
my
puke.
god.
Just flicked across the whole of the sink.
Oh.
And that's where it started going downhill. Obviously, like, I had my good times and stuff.
Yep.
And I still carried on drinking for some stupid reason. And it got to a point where basically, all my mates had to leave because nothing was happening. Because I was just throwing up constantly in the kitchen sink, and also running back to my ensuite, just throwing up in the toilet. So they all
God.
left. And then apparently, that's when I blacked out. My parents told me the next day I was up till 4 o'clock in the morning because I just didn't shut up. And apparently,
Oh my god.
I had to shower myself twice.
What?
And I figured out that I showered myself when I walked in with my ensuite the next morning with soaking wet clothes. I decided to shower in my fucking clothes for some stupid reason, which still had sick on, meaning that I didn't actually get the sick off me. And and then I found out again I had a second set of pajamas which were full of sick as well. So that's how I basically found out I had to shower myself like twice. And I was just so loud. It was just probably... I can't even remember half of it, but apparently I was just off my head.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
That's probably like one of my worst states I've ever been in. Like, I
But to
don't
be
usually...
fair, that's
I
a
don't-
night to remember.
Yeah, it's your 18th birthday. What do you
Yeah.
expect? But like, I don't usually black out, but that night, I've got other stories which is really funny, which we could go into later. But like, yeah.
See, I've never really had like any like bad experience in alcohol,
Oh yeah.
but I've had like times where like my friends have had like bad experience, and I just like take the piss out of them.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
So this was also on my 18th birthday. We were at a pub, so we had like my 18th party at a pub, like in a function room. And so it was pretty much like unlimited alcohol, and I was pretty much fucked out of it already because all like my family were there, like family from Canada as well. They came,
Oh wow.
and it was so bad. Like it got to the point where people were literally Jaeger bomb after Jaeger bomb after Jaeger bomb after. I think I had like 30 Jaeger bombs within like 2 hours.
30.
No, 30.
Oh my
And
god.
yeah, I was so fucked. I don't remember getting home. Like I felt like I didn't have legs. That's how bad I was. I couldn't feel my legs or anything.
Just falling like a Nazi zombie. Just
Yeah. I was drinking Stella. I was drinking like Corona as well. Like so beer on top of
Stella
like shots
fucks you
as
up.
well. Yeah. But
Never
I didn't
trust
puke.
Stella.
I didn't black out. I didn't do any of that. But one of my friends from college, who like I used to like hang around with college all the time,
Yeah.
he can puke pretty easily on anything. He's like, I think he says he's like lactose intolerant. And there was this one time we were in college and he had a pizza. And pizza's got cheese on it. And I got a video on my phone of
nice.
him puking. It was like, bleh. It was fucking disgusting. But yeah, he came to my party and like he had like quite a lot of alcohol as well. And we all go outside for a smoke. And
Yeah.
he literally starts puking up so much. Like he probably puked about 5 times within the whole time we went out for a fag. And he was like, "Oh mate, I need to go home." But he literally stayed out in the fucking car park for like another hour or so, just sat out there, just trying not to fucking puke or
Oh my
anything.
god.
Yeah, that's probably like one of my worst experience. But it's still, I think I can handle my alcohol quite well. I don't know.
I can handle my alcohol well up until the point where I start to mix. When I start to mix, that's where it fucks me over.
Yeah, see, I don't really
Yeah.
mix. I don't mix that much because I don't really feel the need to anyway.
Yeah,
'cause
exactly.
I usually either drink Guinness or Stella, Corona, like the beers.
Yeah.
And then when I do like shots, I do like Ciroc, like
Oh,
shots,
that's nice.
or like Jaeger bombs, stuff
Have
like
you
that.
ever tried? Oh crap, I can't remember. It's not. It's I think it's called. It's not Shockwave or something. Oh, Kickshot or something like that. And
No.
I can't. I basically they're like really thin tubes, and they're like certain flavors. They're just like vanilla, strawberry, or chocolate.
Oh, is it
Oh,
one
I
of
think
them
I've heard
that
of them. You like
it's
sort of
like
snap them or something, don't you?
And it tastes exactly like Nesquik. It's like the best thing ever. But the
yeah,
thing
I
is,
think I've heard
like,
of it.
they're really strong in alcohol though. Like, because I used to work in a pub, I did, so I know most of the ins and outs of like alcohol,
Yeah.
know how it affects you because I've seen it from both. But I've seen it from both perspectives as a server and also a drinker, and like it's. That stuff messes with your head because you can't taste any alcohol in it. It's literally you could genuinely just like drink the bottle like and down it. Like that's how easy
God.
you could do. It literally just tastes like milkshakes. It's the best thing ever. But like it can fuck you over. I'm telling you now.
See, like when I go out clubbing though, I usually get like vodka, coke, stuff like that. But
I
I
can't
drink
stand vodka.
I drink vodka coke, and I don't even chase the vodka. I get like double shot vodka and cokes, and at the end of it, I'm fucked. But I don't feel like I'm getting fucked because I can't taste the
Yeah,
vodka.
Exactly.
But,
See, like linking
that-
back to my birthday story, the
Yeah.
reason why I know I threw up because I drank vodka. Vodka is
Oh.
the only drink which makes me throw up. Well, obviously if I mix
wow.
enough, then I'll throw up. But like
Yeah.
vodka, it makes me gag. And I haven't drunk vodka since my 18th birthday, and I never will, never again.
Really?
Yep.
See, I feel like if I drink whiskey again, it would make me sick because even the smell of it makes me feel sick. But
Yeah, I used to be like that with Strongbow dark fruits, like
Oh.
because I drank that on my birthday as well. That was like the
I
only
would
thing. That
rather
was like
have
the
a
main
dark fruit than a
can.
wife.
I would rather have a
dark fruit than a wife.
I would rather have a dark fruit. Rather have a dark fruit. Rather have a dark fruit than a wife. Hey, hey. But yeah. Basically, I drunk. That was like my main like casual drink, which I was drinking, and obviously. The next day, I went to grab a can because it was just in the fridge, and I literally gagged, wanting to throw up. It was disgusting.
Jesus.
Like it took me a couple months just to even like drink another can of it again. But like, yeah, once you have a bad memory with an alcohol, that's it. I can't deal with it.
So how about nightclub experiences then?
Wait, I have one more story where I
Right.
threw up my first time.
Go on.
Oh god.
Like I've only thrown up once.
Yeah.
So I got invited to this party. I didn't know the guy who was like it was his house. I didn't know him. So one of my friends was like, "Yo, come along, it'll be fun. you'll know a couple of people."
Yeah.
So before the party, I got a hold of some edibles. So it was
Yeah.
like a full-on cookie.
Demonetized.
It's not
Nah,
that. I think you
you'll
can
be
talk
fine.
about it.
Yeah.
Just
Just a disclaimer.
Yeah, disclaimer.
Don't do
That's
drugs.
don't do drugs, kids. It's not good for you. So I go to this party, and first thing I see is this big tub. It's like a big container. I don't know the size, but like just imagine a really big container is full to the brim with like mixed drinks and stuff like that, and it's like a purpley
Like a
yellowy
punch.
color. Yeah, pretty much. But there's a bunch of alcohol in there, and I had no idea it was alcohol. So I take a cup, I down it.
Gosh, I can see where this is going.
So one cup, I'm fine. I'm just chilling, and it's about 8 o'clock. So I decide to take the edible. No one else knew. No one else knew I had the edible. So I just went into the bathroom, took the whole edible. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have a chill night.
Right, I've heard this online. Apparently, it fucks you over. Like, apparently, they suggest that you take edible before you start drinking, because apparently if you take it afterwards, it completely fucks with your head. And,
Well,
like, it
yeah, I
makes
was. Let's just say I was still high when I woke up the next morning.
How much TC was in it?
It was a
THC,
one
sorry.
batch, which was about 6 cookies, had a 3.5 grams in it.
And how many of the cookies did you eat?
One.
Okay.
So it was like
It wasn't too bad then.
3.5 divided by 6. Don't know what that is, but
That's
like
that's
half a
like-
gram,
That's about
just above.
0.
But when you ingest it, it makes it like it makes the
that's a lot
effects
less
like
than that.
last longer if you ingest it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I took the edible. I was fine. I had another cup of that yellowy punch. It was nice. So about an hour and a half, I start feeling a bit like it was a good feeling. I was just like
Flying.
it was a bit wavy. Everything was like really nice and fun. I found everything funny. Fast
Like,
forward.
just like walks into a door like, ooh, a door handle.
Pretty much. So I took the edible at 8. At about 10:30, let's say I think I had about 5 more cups of that punch. And this is where I start losing touch with reality. Like,
so did you have like
no,
a bad trip after that then? I'm guessing.
I don't know if it was. It was interesting. So I
Bit of
sat in a
anxiety
chair.
kicks in.
I just kept on drinking because I thought it was so nice. It tasted nice, and I didn't taste any of the alcohol, so I kept on drinking the punch.
Of course you wouldn't
And-
taste the alcohol. You was completely fucked, let
Yeah.
alone high.
So it kept on building, and around midnight, I was in this chair, and it was like such a comfy chair, and I sat in there for a good hour looking at the ceiling, and I felt myself like sinking in. It was like I was part of the chair, like literally. I thought I was in another dimension, and I was a chair in that dimension. It was so weird.
What type of chair?
So it was like a one of them leather comfy ones, really expensive ones. And so after an hour, it's like 1 a.m. I go out for a fag, just smoke that, and then this guy comes out of nowhere with a zoot. So he offers me to take a couple of puffs. I do it, and that's
course.
where I know I went wrong.
Wait. Just to make
Yeah.
sure, he didn't touch you, right?
What do you mean?
Did he touch you?
Touch me in what
Well,
way?
anyway.
it seems very weird. Like a very drunk,
Oh, no,
let alone high guy
No, I
stood in the
found
middle of
out.
the street and then just get approached by a stranger, which offers you a
Oh no.
zoot.
I was in the back garden. I was in the back garden.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
that's all good.
Yeah, next day I found out it was the guy's brother, older brother. He was like 22 or something.
Legend.
So after I take a couple of hits, I knew I fucked up. The next hour and a half I spent in the toilet. My sick is red. I think something started bleeding inside of me. I don't know if it was my liver or my throat.
Oh my
Something was bleeding.
That's
Stop that.
disgusting.
I am telling you, like all the walls were red in the toilet.
Ugh.
And
What do you get? What was it, just painting the walls?
Pretty much, I kept on missing the toilet because I was so wavy. I didn't know where the toilet was.
Oh, that's grim.
And along the whole night, this girl kept on coming up to me. I didn't know. I didn't really know her. It was my first time meeting her. So she kept on coming up to me, like whispering in my ear stuff like, I don't even know. She was like, "Hi, how's it going?" in my ear.
Hello, baby, let me whisper in your ear.
Pretty much like that. And she ended up taking care of me in the toilet, and she was like,
Was she
Yo.
good looking?
not gonna lie, she was alright. She was
Alright,
she was
6
okay.
out of 10.
Probably a
Like
5.
a
5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around a
Not bad
5.
though. Better than nothing.
Ginger though. Ginger.
For one
so-
nighter.
Nah, it was so we ended up in the toilet and she kept on whispering in my ear. She was like, "Oh, you're never gonna call me." I was never planning on calling
I'm sorry,
her.
all I
But
can imagine is just her whispering. It's for real estate.
Hey, little baby, let me whisper in your ear. It's free real estate.
she kept on saying me, "Oh, guys like you never gonna text me again, never gonna call me again." First of all, I don't know you. Second of all, do I have your phone number? No. So I was never planning on calling her or texting her.
So she was
And-
spending her time trying to vent towards you because she
Yes.
wasn't wanted, let alone you were absolutely just throwing up. I don't know what she
I-
was trying to achieve out of that.
I don't know. She was gone in her own way. I don't know what she had. Probably more of that
She's had
punch.
too many. Nah, she's had too many Capri Suns, probably.
Probably
Fuck.
getting high on Capri Suns. But she had to leave at around
Aw.
2. So I went back into the chair. I was still so high. I remember the ceiling almost. It was like a LSD trip, pretty much. Kinda. Like all the wolves started moving in. It was like
And all
so
you did is
intense.
take an edible and a zoo.
Yeah, I don't know what was in
Spiked?
the edible.
Was it
my
spiked?
gosh.
I don't know. It was like
You must
yeah.
have been spiked for you to get to that state.
Must have
I
been
don't
that
know,
shit in the
but it
alcohol.
was like
Yeah, did you
Maybe.
find out what was in the alcohol?
no one knew. That's the weird thing.
Wait,
Wow.
People
what?
just-
So who made it?
Might have been fucking
don't know.
razor blades in there.
All I heard is people kept on like pouring their own stuff in it and just
Fucking
mixing it
hell.
around.
So basically, what you're saying, that there's a possible chance that it was like only a carton of orange juice, and then the rest was just like 10 bottles of like vodka, tequila,
Yeah,
the
pretty
rest of the
much.
shit.
It smelled amazing though.
Could
Not
have like
gonna
the
lie.
date rape drug in
custom
there.
cocktail, am I right?
Yeah, it was good. I don't know. It was like a lemony sort of kind of thing. It was like lemon and apple kinda.
Ooh,
It was really nice. That's why
sounds interesting.
I kept on drinking it, and yeah, I just fell asleep on that chair. Woke up next morning, I was still confused where I was.
Wait. So
Don't blame you.
where was this again?
Oh, just so I didn't know this guy. He ended up being a chill dude, but yeah, one of my friends went to his party and she invited me as well.
Ah, okay. So you
So,
you
yeah.
basically just crashed at some random person's house, which you have no clue.
Pretty much, yeah.
Sounds
He's
like-
a nice dude though. He's
Ah.
nice. I remember having a nice like talk to him. He ended up he was bi, and to this day I
Did you
think
try
he
kissing
still
him
has a
as
crush
well?
on me.
Wait. I'm starting to find a bit of a pattern when you start drinking. You
Oh, no,
always
I
seem
didn't
to
kiss
Did
him.
he
find
end up kissing
like
you?
the bi
No, no, no,
dudes
no, no.
or
No, I didn't kiss him. We were just talking. It came up, and to this day he still has a crush on me. So
Oh,
I
for fuck's
ignore
sake,
him all
man.
his texts.
Oh.
But he's really chill, really chill.
I bet he's probably one of the people on your the YOLOs or the anonymous stuff on Snapchat be like, I miss you BBY.
Yeah, he was one of the people who said you never reply.
No shit, Sherlock.
Exactly.
Oh, that's funny. I think like when you start going clubbing, obviously can't do it right now because of
Yeah.
lockdown. Yeah.
COVID.
But you can have some of the best moments, like not even like whilst
And the
in
worst.
the club. Oh yeah, you could definitely have the worst moments in the clubs as well. Like but like it's not even in the clubs. It's before you get in them and after them. That's like the
Oh, yeah,
moments where
yeah.
you start to cherish. Like these are like, these, like
While
it's
you're
when-
in there, you seem to forget what happens. Like,
Yeah.
When I think about clubbing, I don't think about what I actually did in the club. I always think what I do
Yeah.
before and after.
It's like you're in space.
Yeah.
Like it's like all of the rooms are just so dark and everything, flashing lights. It's like you're just flying. It's like you're in. It's like you're in 4. You know the movie 4, and he's like traveling
Yeah,
through
yeah,
space
yeah.
and through that light thing. You just don't remember what's happening because it's just happening so fast. And then you land, and it's like, oh my gosh, what the fuck's just happened in there?
Yeah.
Like I remember this one time. It was so funny. So, I went to a nightclub like with my mates, and then
Oh, yeah.
coincidentally, Adam also went there
Yeah.
at the same night,
Yeah.
and we had no idea that we were there until we were both just jamming him. What was the room? It was
We went to like the like a disco room, wasn't it? It wasn't
It
the
wasn't
one.
a disco room.
It wasn't the
but
main one. You know when you go
It was like a
past the bus
scatty
to the
room. It's
right,
like
yeah,
where
the
they play
scatty
scatty
one.
tunes.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
like proper. Oh, it's proper scatty. Like fucking hell. The lights were all flickery as well.
Yeah,
Damn.
basically you just can't see. If you have epilepsy, my
Oh, and
gosh.
you wouldn't be able to stand a chance in that room.
No, 1 second in, you'd be just on the floor having fits, let alone the amount of alcohol you would probably drink.
Ugh, yeah.
But, like, yeah, we both met up. I've still got the videos of it, and like we were both in absolute hysterics because like I'd lost my group, and all of a sudden
Yeah, I'd lost my group as well. Like I was just wandering around. I was like, oh wait, what the fuck? I didn't realise this room is here because it's sort of like a wiggly like path to get to the room. It's all blacked
Yeah.
out, so you sort of have to like hope and pray you're walking in the right direction. And then I walk into this new room, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? It's Roda.
Yeah, and then we both ended up just buying more drinks and just jamming out to the tunes. I don't remember much of it, but like
all
it
I
was
remember,
just so
right?
funny.
All I remember, right, is I was dancing. I turned around, and I elbow you like right in the face or something.
Yeah. I was so certain you gave me a black eye or something. But
Oh,
no,
fuck.
You was lucky. You was lucky.
I didn't mean to.
I had a little bit of a mark, but it didn't turn into a bruise.
I didn't mean to. I was just
thankfully.
fucking dancing.
Yeah, no, it was so funny. But that's not even the best moment. Like this just goes to prove like how small like the world is, or whatever. So obviously he found his group, I found my group. We carried on doing our own stuff. Carried on jamming out until obviously all clubs shut around 3:00. They all kick us out, and then we're all just slowly going towards the ferry.
Kebab
'cause,
shop.
Yeah, but the thing is, where we live, all of our clubs are
across the water.
in the city, so we have to take a ferry.
Damn.
So
You have to take a boat.
so when we go to the club, we go on a nice ferry, which is nice and stable, one of the big ones, one of the commercial ones, basically.
Yeah, one of the commercial ones. But once it's past midnight, it goes like this fucking rubber dinghy type fucking boat.
It literally is like a rubber dinghy to get back. So imagine.
It's scatty as fuck.
So when we left the club, I sort of lost my group again, and I somehow found Adam again, and yeah, we started going towards this shitty little boat. Bear in mind, you have to climb down from the jetty to get
it's
into
not like
it.
it's not like a straight like level platform. You sort of have to like lower yourself down into it.
It's level for the commercial boat because it's a massive fucking thing, but when trying to get into this little shitty like dinghy sort of thing,
Let alone when you're fucking drunk.
you have to climb down into it, and it's so scatty because it's about like 4 times as small as the actual commercial one.
Yeah.
Let alone being late at night, so the tide's up and tide's down or something. I can't remember.
I think
what way it
I think
is.
it's down, but I think that boat's probably about 20 feet long.
Yeah,
so think of that.
If not shorter,
God
and
damn.
basically you're going up and down on the waves when you're completely out your face.
Christ.
It makes you want to throw up,
And
even if you don't have
it's dark
seasickness.
as well. You
Yeah.
can't see the sea.
Oh my god.
And if you're sat in the front bit, so basically they have a front cabin which is basically
It's like a little
closed.
canopy area.
And if you're sat
Oh,
in there,
yeah.
9 times out of 10, the crew will just start taking the piss out of you, or another common thing which I
Best thing ever. The
noticed.
best thing ever.
Another thing which I noticed. Oh, that's so awkward. That sounded insane.
No. I was going to say the best thing ever, right, is when they play Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh yes.
Wait, they actually do?
When
Yeah,
you're
they fucking
pissed,
blast
that's
it
the
out.
song. But like the other thing which I noticed when you're going back, because of where we live in like a naval town, so you
Yeah.
always end up traveling back with all the drunken sailors as well, and
Yeah, literally.
conversations. And the thing is, because they're like them in the navy, they're not from the area and so on. They all have different
Yeah.
accents, and
Oh,
usually
yeah.
we get a bunch of Scottish people. So
Yeah,
all we
Scottish
hear-
people. Yeah.
all I hear is like on the way back is like, "Oh, you fucking twat," or something
I always get
like
called
that.
Lewis Capaldi because apparently I look like him. So, oh, fucking ass Lewis Capaldi, what the fuck is he down here? Like, whoa, what? I'm not Lewis Capaldi. He's like, yeah, I fucking want a selfie with you. Like, no, I'm not Lewis Capaldi, mate. Fucking piss take, man.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, we then got off the ferry, climbed up the jetty, walked off the pier, and then obviously when you get off the ferry, there's only one place you go, and that's the kebab shop, which is
Yeah.
coincidentally
yes.
right next to the ferry, pretty much.
Literally walk like 2
So
minutes.
it was
business.
me, Adam, and one of his mates.
Yeah.
I think your mate was getting food, and then all of a sudden, do you want to?
Oh, we had like
yeah, you can explain this part.
We had like a whole group of people that join us in the kebab shop that we knew anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So, no, like that girl that you know,
Yeah,
Rowan. Yeah, you know who I'm on about.
yeah.
So, like, it was so fucking weird. It was awkward as fuck. But yeah, like,
yeah. But these 2 girls from like 3 towns away somehow met up with us. So
Yeah.
they was like, "Oh yeah, we'll come. Let's." We'll
oh, they
come
were
back with you."
loud.
Oh, they were annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
They would not shut up. Basically,
Yeah.
like these two girls from like 3 towns away, like for some reason, forced their way into our group.
It takes at
Oh,
least
yeah.
an hour and a half to get to their like town.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I don't even know how they got into where.
Did they
we
go
live.
to the club as well?
Yeah, I think they went to one of the clubs and they just.
I went to the one like not the one that we were at, but like somewhere else.
Oh, the one on the high street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would they go there? That's like ages away though.
Yeah, man.
But like, yeah, they pretty much somehow forced their way into our group. One of them was literally like attached to me. She would not leave me alone.
And then the
then
other one
Was
was like,
attached
They're
to
good-looking.
I fucking broke my phone! He made me break my phone! I'm gonna fucking smash it! I was like, what the fuck? Like, she was psycho. She was psycho as fuck.
I can't
Wait, were they
remember.
good-looking?
I think her name was
They were
Billy.
dirty.
Her name was Billy.
Oh,
my
Billy, yeah.
I was like, when they said it, I thought they were saying Millie, and I kept calling her Millie, and
She was getting pissed off, yeah.
Because I kept calling her Millie instead of Billy, and it was just so funny. And then the other girl who was
we
literally
tried
attached to
walking.
me, she would not leave me alone. It literally took us an hour and a half to walk something which should have taken us like 15 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
Jesus.
But we had to stop over there 24 hours as well, didn't we?
Yeah, because they wanted to buy more wine.
Yeah, that was a very weird night.
That was probably one of the weirdest nights I've had. And then I think the funniest part is that so Adam's mate finally convinced him, saying that, look, you can't stay at my house, this, that, and the other. You're being too loud.
Oh yeah, oh my god, yeah, because they wanted to stay at the house that I was staying at, my friend's house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they came into his house for a bit, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because you came into my friend's house as well, didn't you?
I was going to stay the night until vacate, and they was like, oh, they were...
Yeah.
I was like, nah.
Oh my god, yeah. And then they left because we pretended to call a taxi, didn't we?
No, what happened is that they had no cash on them.
Oh, yeah.
At all, so they couldn't pay the taxi, and because of how far the distance is, the taxis ask for money up front just in case they scam them and basically hop out. So they called one taxi saying, oh, they have the money. They turned up, taxi driver asked them for money, no money, he fucked off.
Drive off, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And by this time we were like, fucking out, I'm home, I just want to go to sleep, fuck off.
Yeah.
this was 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And
Jesus.
this is like in a proper, this was not in a proper industrial estate, but it's like full of houses, and they were just, they were screaming outside, constantly calling taxi drivers, and pretty much, they called another taxi driver, he came, same story, he left, and then they called another one. And basically, there was literally this girl called Billy was literally attacking the taxi driver, saying, "You gotta take us home, this, that, and the other. Oh, if you take my phone if you don't believe me." Just literally, just throwing her phone, her purse. I think it's like a Louis Vuitton purse or something like that bag. And this taxi driver was not taking it.
Yeah.
So then, what the funniest part was is that her phone was already like pretty much broken.
Oh yeah, it was smashed up. It wouldn't even turn on.
The taxi driver, he was inside at this point because I was having to handle it because he was just completely out of it. Somehow,
I was like
just
upstairs,
about managed to sober her up
because she has like a little roof terrace, so I could see from the top.
This taxi driver said, "No, you're not having it." So what he does, he chucks a bag out the window and also the phone, so it cracks even more the phone. And it speeds off. It was obviously I didn't want to laugh because like. Literally, this girl was pretty much psycho, and
they wouldn't leave us as well.
Yeah, I did not plan to get attacked.
Yeah, I remember seeing it from the roof terrace.
Yeah, they just would not leave at all, and basically because this Billy girl was constantly being too loud and everything, the other girl was just getting pissed off at her, and they had a little cat fight, and then the other girl went back inside his house, leaving the other girl. And I was like, oh my gosh. Please, how do I sort this out? Because we got
Rowan's wanting to go home. I'm wanting to go to bed. My mate, who's like fucked out of his nut, wants to go to bed. These two girls are just hanging around outside of the house that we're trying to fucking go to sleep in. And we're just like, what the fuck are we supposed to do? They're not going anywhere. If Rowan would go, like they would go, but like obviously Rowan didn't want to go because he wanted to stay at that point. And I think at the end of it, Rowan, you were just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna walk home.
Yeah,
it was getting like daylight by that time.
It was daylight. And the thing is, I had college the next day, which I started at 9:30. So I basically had 2 hours sleep. I had 2 hours sleep the next day. Wake up still drunk. Cycled into college. And the thing is,
that's the day you fell off your bike as well. And you scratched your knee, wasn't it?
No, I did that a couple weeks afterwards. But like, the thing is, I don't understand. Like
Sorry.
I'm only just looking back onto like my old college and realizing how chill they were. Literally, I don't know how they managed to put up with us because my group every single Thursday would go out clubbing, and then Friday we just come back absolutely hungover. It was so funny, honestly. Like coming back the next day absolutely hungover, and then
Why
like
on a
the
Thursday though?
because it's
It's like a discount.
yeah, it's student night.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And yeah, basically the just to end up the story, the girls I always ended up having to have a 30-minute phone call to their brother or one of the girls' brothers saying, mate, they're not gonna, no taxi drivers are gonna take them home. The only way you're gonna do it if you pay by card and this, that, and the other. So basically, he ended up negotiating with a taxi firm, trying to pay by card just to pick him up, and then 5:30 in the morning they finally got picked up, and that's when I was like, fuck it, I'm walking home. I can't be asked.
And you still had a little bit of a while to walk yourself, let
Oh
alone.
yeah, it took me 50 minutes to walk home, but like it's not that bad. The thing is, I wouldn't have done it if it was in a different area of our town, because I know
'cause that was a dodgy part.
our town is so dodgy at night. It's ridiculous. But like my area in the town is like one of the nicer areas, so it's like it's all nice and lit up. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. And this was before they turned off the lights after 12 o'clock, so I actually had street lights on. But now, obviously, past 12 o'clock,
I'd hate to do that now. Fuck that.
They turn off all the street lights in the area to save money.
That's why I'm kind of glad where I live, because like I live quite far away from like that area as well. So
yeah.
But
So any more stories?
Lazy, you got a story about clubbing?
I do. It was in Turkey.
Oh, God.
I think it was like 2 years ago.
I was supposed to go there the other day, to be honest.
Oh yeah. Oh, fair enough. That's unlucky though.
Hmm.
Damn. Did you get a refund for it?
Yeah, we were supposed to go to Bodrum.
Ah, okay.
It's like the south of Turkey, but
Yeah.
fuck it. Oh, well.
So yeah, I was in Turkey. I was in a hotel, and one day one of the entertainers in the hotel, she was going around being like, nightclub, nightclub, everyone, nightclub tonight, tonight, nightclub, let's go, disco, disco. So I was like, you know what? I'm
Heck yeah.
only 16, but let's try. I
I
came up to
the
her.
drinking age in Turkey 16, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. So I went up to her. She was like, you want to go disco, party, disco? I was like, yeah, sure. Am I allowed? She was like, yeah, no problem. We'll go with the hotel. Yeah, tonight, yeah. So I think it was about 10:30 we were leaving at night, 10:30 p.m. So we left. My mom was at the hotel. Or did she
Right.
go with me? I'm not sure. I don't remember. She might have
Clubbing
went
with your
me.
mum. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think she might have went with me because she wanted to have a fun night. So we went to this club. I got in, no ID. They didn't do any ID checks.
Yeah.
It was only
they
like
don't do it in most type of countries.
Yeah.
Turkey, come on.
the I think that the ticket cost like £3. And when we entered the club, it was like still really early. It was like 11, so no one was there.
That's
It was
normal
just
time for clubs to open though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just opened, so it was only our group. But then eventually people started showing up.
Yeah.
And in our group, we had this really, really rich guy. Like he was very wealthy.
I take it
So
he was a
he's-
designated buyer for drinks.
Yes, he kept
Yeah.
on. I think along the night he probably bought more than 100 shots. Of,
The thing is, in the UK, how much would that cost? Because alcohol out there, I assume, would be a lot expensive, a lot cheaper.
a lot cheaper.
Here,
think one
it's like
shot was
3
like
shots for
€5.
€5. Sorry, what
I
did
think
you say?
one shot was €1 or €5.
One shot was
Yeah,
€5.
they do lira
Yeah.
in Turkey. It's lira.
Or lira, or lira or euro. I'm not sure.
Lira is in Turkey.
Lira.
Yeah.
But yeah, so €5, which is like
Pence.
yeah, it was like it's really cheap for one shot. So he probably spent over like £100 on £100 on shots, and I was taking advantage of that. I was just downing the shots, and yeah, I don't know. We just had really fun. It was really fun. It was my first time going to a nightclub, and it was just really chill, really fun.
Fair enough.
I got to speak
Underage.
to like people and stuff. Yeah, I was like underage. I was like, okay, first experience in a nightclub. It was
my
fun
mummy.
though.
Wait,
I actually, to be fair, if I didn't have a girlfriend, I was this
You
girl.
would have been over the hookers for sure.
Nah, there was this girl at the club. I still have her on Instagram.
Oh,
So this girl came up to me, and yeah, we were just dancing for like 2 hours straight. I got her Instagram. I still have her on Instagram, and
send her a quick DM. Am I right?
wait, right now. Oh,
Oh,
god.
yeah. But yeah,
Oh,
what's the
God.
most amount of money you guys have spent at the club before?
I'd
Well,
say about
I've
80 quid.
Spent £3 to get into a club. All the drinks were in the house.
I think my worst night is around 150 quid.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
I always pre-drink though.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is including pre-drinks though, so everything.
Oh, is it? Oh, no, I just did it for the actual in the club price.
Yeah.
Probably about 90, 200 quid then.
Yeah. The thing is, in the UK, it's like quite a standard thing across the whole place. Like, go to Spoons, get pissed, then
Yeah.
go to the club,
yeah.
and then only buy a couple drinks. But like for some weird reason, this night I was just gone, and I fell for the trap of basically you at the bar, a girl walks up, be like, "Oh, can you buy me a drink?" And you buy him a drink.
And I fuck off for the rest of the night.
Yeah, and they fuck off, and you don't see him at all. And I fell for that trap so many times that night, just because usually I'm quite suitable. Like I only buy myself drinks, and I only buy close mates drinks, and I only do that if I know they're going to buy me back a drink.
You must have been really horny.
And I kept just buying drinks for these random girls who kept coming up to me at the bar for some weird reason. And yeah, I lost so much money. It was ridiculous. Luckily that was a time when I was working at a pub, so I was on decent money. I was on £8.50 an hour, and I was doing like 30 something hours a week. I was making enough money to sort of just be comfortable and actually like spend the cash. So luckily I had the cash, but if I didn't, I would be declaring bankruptcy for sure.
Oh my god. Ooh, wait. I have one more drunken story that we can finish on, I think.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Best be a good one.
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird one. So my friend had a free house, and he wasn't allowed people over, but me and my mates convinced him. You know what? We'll clean up after we finish. So
Never
we go to
happened.
this-
Sounds suitable, but it will never happen.
Yep. No, to be fair, we did clean the house. It was his mom never found out, so
Oh, okay.
Props on
Alright,
us.
fair enough.
so we go
Fair
there. We just have a chill night. His sister was there. She was hot, so I was just talking to her the whole night. But I think we left the house at about 12 or 1ish,
Right.
and one of my mates had a moped. So
Oh, yeah, moped gang.
moped gang. So he was sober. He was sober because he had to drive home. And one of my other friends was like, "Yo, can I have a go on your moped?" And without realizing
I
that
let
the
someone
guy was
ride my moped
absolutely,
once.
yeah, he didn't realize that the guy who asked was absolutely pissed out of his mind. He was like, "Yeah, sure, go for it." So he did a lap, and then there was like a long stretch of road, and he was going down 50 or 40, I think. And my friend waved for him to stop, so he grabbed the brakes and he locked out, and he flipped over the front of the moped.
Because it's a
going-
moped, it doesn't have ABS as well. It's just like combined brakes.
Yeah, he just like
It's just plain
went flying
friction
over to the
brakes.
side. So we were next to a pub, and there were some people in the pub. Like this bloke ran out to the street to he was like, "What the heck happened? What is going on?" And my friend was like on the floor. He was like, "Oh, I'm fine. Nothing's wrong with me." He was still drunk. He gets up. My other friend with the moped, he goes away. I think his moped had to like get fixed, but the guy who was drunk paid for it after it all happened. So
Decent,
yeah.
then.
after that, he was like in a bit of shock, but then he was fine. He was like, "All right, guys, let's go Mackey's." It was about a 50-minute walk to Mackey's from where we were, so we started walking, and halfway through, he was becoming a bit more sober.
Yeah, like
And,
the pain
um,
starts kicking in after
The adrenaline starts to go.
Yep. He was walking, and he was in front. There was like him and another mate that were in front, and
slowing down.
another group. Yeah. So they stopped. We caught up, and we were like, "What's wrong?" He was like, "Boys, look at my shoulder." His shoulder was hanging down.
Oh.
It was just
no.
flesh holding his shoulder, like his arm.
No, I
And-
can imagine, Matt.
So yeah, he was like, "Yeah, boys, we will have to go A&E, but first we have to go Mackey's." So as we do,
first, don't you?
we went Mackey's. The pain started building up. He was like, "Oh, boys, this hurts so much." We ate as quickly as possible, and gladly there was an A&E literally 5 minutes
Oh,
Was
away.
not bleeding or anything.
No. It was like
I
it
just
was
dislocated.
inside. Yeah, no, it was actually broken. His collarbone
Oh.
was
Just
broken.
clean broken.
Yeah, clean broken in half. So we went A&E. It was about 2 or 3 a.m. He checked in, but we had to wait until 7 a.m. until he got checked.
God.
So
Has to
they
sit that throughout the whole time. At least he got
Yeah,
the
we
Mackies,
would
though.
just-
At least he got the Mackies.
yeah, we were just sitting there for 4 or 5 hours waiting for his
God.
appointment, and then he went in, came out with a cast. They said, and the thing is, 2 weeks he was supposed to go away to the Marines in 2 weeks,
Ah.
What, his
So-
training?
Yeah, his
shit.
training.
Ooh.
but he's still here to this day. That was about 3 months ago. No, it was before New Year's, I think. Yeah,
Wow.
he's still
So
here.
over 5 months ago.
Yeah, 5 months. Oh, that's
Damn.
crazy.
That
yeah,
must
and
suck.
yeah, he was in the cast for about 2 months.
I can just
uh,
imagine
great.
him
He's healed now,
cartwheeling
though.
over a fucking moped, though.
Yeah, he literally. I love that guy. He's like a best friend to me. He's awesome. So I was literally there when it happened. I nearly started crying because I thought he died. Because I was also like drunk and I ran over. I was about to start doing a CPR, but he was like conscious. So he was like, "No,
I
I'm
don't
fine.
think
I'm
that would
fine."
have done him any good with a broken shoulder. I can only imagine the pain he would be in, just like pushing his body into his shoulder even more, crunching the. Ugh, no. That's...
Yeah, and like there was like a pub next to it, and everyone ran out the pub because it was a like big crash.
I've had that
There was,
once, though.
Yeah.
On my moped, I was going around this corner, and there's like
Yeah.
a pub right on the edge of the corner, and it was raining. It was like really slick
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
roads, and I slid off my motorbike. All these people from the pub
Ooh.
came running over. I said, "No, mate, I'm fine." I was going like 5 miles an hour around a corner when it was raining, so I was obviously going fucking real slow. Just
Yeah,
came
yeah.
out underneath me. I was like, "Oh, fuck this shit." Now I've got a big boy's motorbike, so I don't have a
Oh,
moped
fair
anymore.
enough. Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I think
yeah,
we
that's pretty much the story. Yeah.
got to end it there then. You want to do a quick good old outro then?
The old plugs
Good
as
old
well.
outro.
Plug our
Yeah.
shit.
Ooh.
All right, everyone. We'll have YouTube, Twitch links in the description. Go follow them. Go
Yeah.
do whatever you want with them. Come watch us and stuff like that. So it's been me, Lazy the Savage, and then we have Roro, and we have FS Madness also.
Yeah.
Next week we'll probably have another person in the call, but we will see. Anyway,
See you
yeah,
next
it's been
Saturday.
great. Yeah, it's been fun, and we will see you next week.
Yep.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.